Accelerate your healing. That is something I think we all want to do, right? Because we've all gone through the hurts and the pains of life, and we might be experiencing it even in this moment. So we want to know, how is it that we can accelerate our healing process? Well, we started this journey at the beginning of the month, and if you haven't listened to the previous episodes, I invite you to do so. How do we step into being this catalyst for transformation and change on the planet? How do we step into this ability to tap into our inner mastery and ignite our divine inheritance? How do we access that power to shape and shift our lives and basically rise above all the craziness that's taking place in the world today? And I shared these 3 powerful steps that are essential to revealing the divine masterpiece that's within. Number 1 being that we have to be committed to our healing. Number 2 being that we have to be really engaged and committed to our awakening process. And number 3, we have to teach ourselves and learn how to shape and shift matter and energy, to basically orchestrate energy, giving us the ability to rise above the craziness in the world, all the vibrational barriers, all the limiting belief systems that we all have to one degree or another, so that we can reveal this divine masterpiece that's within you, within me, within each and every one of us. So today, I wanted to focus on healing because this is so important. How can we really step into our next greater and grander version of who and what we are if we haven't taken the time to heal our lives? We've all gone through pains. We've all gone through challenges. We've all had traumatic experiences that have interwoven these limiting thoughts, beliefs, and perceptions within us that continue to limit our ability to be able to truly create the life of our dreams. And so what we want to do is we want to accelerate that healing process and let go of what's no longer serving us. Now, I had a tough childhood, man. I tell you, I was this like little pudgy kid, overweight, couldn't do one pull up. I mean, it was, I was a pud who wanted to be a stud. It's like, because what are we taught as young men, or young boys? You got to be athletic. You got to be on the team. You got to be, good at that. I wasn't good at that, and I wasn't really good at school. I had a hard time memorizing stuff on a piece of paper and putting it on another piece of paper. It just wasn't my thing. So all these things that I fell short in began to tell me that I wasn't good enough, began to tell me that I didn't deserve to have the blessings of life because, I was inadequate. Then, of course, we go through our circumstances with our parents. I never really felt that I truly stepped into what I thought my dad wanted me to be. And, I had a tough mom. We joked today saying, I always felt she was the reincarnation of a South American dictator or something like that, because she was tough. And one of her ways that she would, inspire me or attempt to inspire me to move to new heights was tell me it's not good enough. You can do better. Well, over the years, you kind of realize, what? Hey, I guess I'm not good enough. I guess I'm inadequate. And that was a belief structure that I picked up. And you know what? Kids were mean to each other, man, back in the day. They probably still are today. I mean, I've heard stories from my own children, and getting picked on and getting bullied, the pain. And so I learned that, I'm going to just hide behind my wall, not shine my light because it's not good enough. It's inadequate. And I'm not going to deal with that pain. I mean, there's no mistake that Pink Floyd The Wall was like my inspiration album. It was my inspiration to play guitar because I was dealing with my own wall that I had built up around me in order to survive. And many of us have built this wall up. Many of us have fear about shining our light and being the truth of who and what we are. And can you really blame us, considering the pain that we've all endured to one level or another over the course of our lifetime experience? Well, If you're going to rise above the static and noise of the modern day world, if you're truly going to step into revealing this divine masterpiece that you are, you have to be engaged in your healing. And this is not just something that you go do 5 sessions of therapy and you're good. No, I went to therapy. My mom used to tease me, tell me I was going to get a degree in therapy. I did my time in therapy, man. And then, of course, as I got exposed to other modalities and other tools, I started diving in and doing deeper work. But you know what? I still get to deal with that hurt child from those old days today. You know, the one that's afraid to get out, the one that doesn't want to shine his light, the one that wants to run behind the wall. And it's taken so much work and effort to move and process through that. What is that inner hurt kid within you telling you? How, because of past circumstances, is it saying, yeah, I don't think you really need to step into, being the truth of who and what you are and shining your light. It was never accepted. It was never approved of. It was never good enough. And how do we come up and work through these feelings of inadequacy that I felt, that all of us have felt to one degree or another? And as I was just telling my daughter, there's only one way to move through it, and that is to move through it, regardless of the pain. But what I wanted to do is I wanted to do a little process here to inject us into that could actually help us to move within our body, move within ourselves, and find out where we're holding that energy. Because remember, that energy is reverberating within you 24/7, broadcasting to the field of miraculous energy around each and every one of us that just listens and mirrors back. It doesn't judge what you're broadcasting. It doesn't say, that's not really the most optimal broadcast. You should maybe consider changing that. No, it hears, mirrors back. Hears, mirrors back. So if you want to change what's mirroring back in your life, got to be super engaged with great courage and great compassion and great sensitivity for ourselves, to be committed to our healing and to have the courage and the tenacity to dive within our own selves, to dive within our own energy field, to feel those emotions, those feelings, that hurt kid sense that so many of us have had, and to move that energy out, to command it, to feel it. And everything is up against us to do that. But yet, I got to tell you this. Your key to mastery is being engaged in your healing and having the courage to look within and to move that energy outside of yourself. So with that being said, I want you to take some deep breaths and look within. Look within your body. Your body is such a fantastic feedback tool. Look into your energy centers. Like for me, I held a lot of things in my solar plexus, and I could tune in there, and I could tune into that little kid, and I could have a conversation and say, you know what? I got you, man. You don't have to be afraid anymore. Yes, I know it's scary, but come here. Let me pick you up. Let me wipe those tears. Let's feel what's there. Let's move that energy out. And let's continue to move forward in shining our light and making a difference in the world. Because that was something that was always very important to that little kid, even way back in the day. So we've had to have a lot of conversations, had to do a lot of tuning in, had to do a lot of feeling, had to do a lot of setting aside the diversions, the phone, the Netflix and all the cookies or crunchy things or however it is that we distract ourselves. Be courageous and tune in. Deep breaths. Setting the intention. Looking within. there. Deep breath. Breathe these notes right into your heart. Free yourself. Heal yourself. Rise up. Take another deep breath. Deep inhale, extra big exhale, let it go. I really want to encourage you to have the courage to look within. Connect, drop down within your body. Get out of the head. That's one of my favorite places to hang out, right? We all do. Get into the body. Feel into what's there. Look to see where you're still hanging on to old traumas and old past unresolved issues, and consciously and creatively and powerfully move that energy out. And what you're going to notice is that you're going to be able to rise up. You're going to be able to unveil your true power, your true essence, and open up to receiving your divine inheritance. You are an amazing expression of life. It's time to shine. Take care. Have a harmonious day.